Welcome, everyone. I'm Andrew Schneider, Executive Director of Fairness West Virginia. And in 2014, God, gays, and guns was still considered a winning formula for the GOP in West Virginia. Its centerpiece was defined by a commitment to codify anti-gay discrimination and prohibit LGBT equality. At the Family Policy Council of West Virginia's gala that year, you can see my arch rival, Alan Witt, their president, posing with Senator Cruz's dad. Witt leads an army of values voters, but that's not why he's dressed in uniform. On November 4th, 2014, Republicans took over the West Virginia House and Senate for the first time in 83 years. The Family Policy Council of West Virginia commissioned what they called, quote, spectacular photographic art pieces for sale for only $1,000 each, which depict the power demonstrated when values voters proudly let their voices be heard, end quote. Around this time, Alan boasts to me that he controls the House by about 20 votes and he controls the Senate by 6. But as Frank Underwood would say, proximity to power deludes some into believing that they wield it. Welcome to wild and wonderful, welcome to West Virginia. Now let me see if I can cue this music here. I don't think it's going to work. Sorry, folks. Yeah, it's the House Cards theme. In the 2 legislative sessions that followed, how could we possibly manage? As it turned out, we managed just fine. Fairness West Virginia got quite a few of the Republican legislators the Family Policy Council helped to elect to participate in a video describing why they supported LGBTQ non-discrimination. We stopped a charter school bill that would have permitted discrimination. We killed an abolishing local liberty bill, defeated a license to discriminate bill in the Senate, and passed the first LGBTQ non-discrimination bill in our state's history, a law that allows transgender West Virginians to update the gender markers on their state driver's license. In the 2016 elections, an angry and frustrated Alan Witt targeted Republicans he felt had abandoned his, quote, values voters, end quote. His number one target for defeat was the Senate Republican Majority Leader, Mitch Carmichael, who was instrumental in helping us defeat the License to Discriminate bill. But as LBJ once said, never tell someone to go to hell unless you can be damn sure you can get him there. Alan's strategy backfired. The Majority Leader won his primary against an anti-gay candidate by double digits and went on to be elected Senate President by his party's caucus. The state Republican Party was furious with Alan for threatening their legislative majority, and he became persona non grata at the Capitol this year. On another front, the Family Policy Council believed that if the transgender bathroom predator myth attack worked to scare people in urban areas with large LGBTQ populations in other parts of the country, then surely it would have traction in rural West Virginia. In 2016, they spent lots of time and money to use a scare tactic against 5 proposed municipal non-discrimination ordinances. Here I quote Frank Underwood again. "There's no better way to overpower a trickle of doubt than with a flood of naked truth." And that's exactly what we and our pro-equality allies did. All 5 communities ended up adopting these ordinances, and 4 out of 5 of the city councils approved them unanimously. In the 2017 legislative session, with the Republicans still in control of both chambers, the Senate President, seen here speaking at our Lobby Day press conference, persuaded our anti-gay speaker to not take up any anti-LGBTQ bills this year so they could focus on the budget and jobs. For the first time in my 9 years of lobbying the West Virginia legislature, not a single anti-gay bill was introduced in the House. This gave me the luxury of focusing solely on our proactive agenda. I started by recruiting sponsors for our bill banning discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, gender identity, in employment, housing, and public accommodations. A third of the House sponsored this legislation, with another 19 legislators informing me that they didn't want their name on the bill but would vote for it if it came up on the floor. That's a total of 52 votes, a slim majority with 12 Republicans sponsoring the bill, up from 3 the year before. The only obstacle standing in our way now is the Speaker, who won't allow the bill to come up for a vote. But a surprising but welcome twist of fate this session, a medical marijuana bill, which most political observers thought would be blocked by the Speaker, was discharged out of committee onto the floor by a large group of Republicans who banded together with all the Democrats, effectively circumventing the Speaker's authority. The House, following the Senate's lead, ultimately approved the bill with 76 votes, and West Virginia now has a medical marijuana law. So now we know what marijuana is the gateway drug for, at least in the Mountain State: LGBTQ non-discrimination.